Well, hello everyone. Welcome to Monday afternoon advanced studio classroom live stream. Good to have you here with us. I'm your host, Peter. We're joined this week by Christine. Hello, Christine.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Peter.
Always good to have Christine with us. And we have a great topic for you today to talk about, think about, practice your English. It is called English Vocab for Friendship. Nice broad topic there, rich topic, friendship, And as always, we start off with a poll question that you can begin to engage with us here. The question is, do you share, so you see we're looking at friendship in a particular aspect this week. Do you share personal feelings with AI? With AI. We have an article in your trustee's September Advanced magazine. The article is today's article, in fact. With AI friends like this, who needs humans? And it's all about how people are connecting, some people are connecting with AI so closely, so intimately, because they feel like it's a friend. They feel like they can tell it anything. It will respond back with compassion or with wisdom or even with humor or just with company. It'll be a voice for them to talk to. And so we're wondering, it got us thinking about friendship and what it means to be a friend in this age of AI when we can have digital friends in a sense as well. Or can we? That's a question right there. But our poll question, again, is do you share personal feelings with AI? Yes, often. Sometimes. Once or twice, just
tried it out.
Yeah, once or twice.
Yeah.
Never. Or no, I have not. Do you share personal feelings with AI? Let us know. Completely anonymous, the poll question, always completely anonymous, so feel free to let us know, and we will get back to you before the end of the live stream with the results of the poll. Just looking at the early results of the poll now, it looks like 33% of you, yes, often share personal feelings with AI. So this isn't just asking for a recipe. This isn't just, can you make this paper better in some way. This is sharing personal feelings. 33% of you. About 11% of you, sometimes. Never, 50% of you. And once or twice, 10% of you. So, interesting spread there. We'll update you with that as we go. Christine, do you ever share personal feelings with AI?
I fall into the never category. Yeah, I use AI very much as a tool, but not for communication purposes. So yeah, I might be like, hey, good job. That's exactly what I was looking for. Yeah. But that's about as far as our relationship goes.
Yes, same with me too. I have so far not shared the personal feelings with AI because I think that's wrong in some way. I just haven't done it. It hasn't occurred to me to do that. I've used it a little bit, like Christine says, to help me write something, and I've heard that you should give positive feedback to AI to help it give you better results. That's so I do that, but I haven't asked AI, I have this problem with this person right now. What do you think I should do? Nothing like that. I can imagine myself doing it though. Just because AI does have access to a lot of wisdom.
A lot of ideas, a lot of thinkers.
Right.
And then it takes it from that.
Exactly. So this is a thing that's now possible in our society. And so let's talk about it. Use it as an opportunity to practice your English.
Right.
Speaking of which, we have some nice English vocab for you related to friendships, related to friendship in general. And our first word for you is confide. C-O-N-F-I-D-E. You might recognize that as part of other longer words, but by itself it is also a word. Confide. Christine, what is it?
Confide means to share something with someone, usually something that's personal, maybe that you don't want to be even publicly shared. So it's something that's deep and important, and you share it with someone that you trust.
Right. Talk about sharing something important, something you may not want other people to know about. Confide, you see that in the word confidential. Confidential is a word, but it's pronounced confidential.
Or confidant.
Or a confidant, is someone in whom you can confide, someone you can tell personal things to and trust them. They'll keep them private and secret. Hello, Steve. Always good to see you. Glad you're with us today. Another vocab word we have for you about friendship. This is kind of at the other end of the spectrum from confide. Grudge. G-R-U-D-G-E has all different sound to it. Grudge.
Yeah.
Christine, what is a grudge?
It's sounds like it feels. So grudge is when someone has done something to hurt you or make you angry, and you hold that anger or bitterness towards them. So for example, we Canadians joke saying we're very polite, but we hold grudges. And so we might smile and look like we're happy, but if you've done us wrong in some way, we do not forget. And it's more like as a nation, we do not forget.
Right. Yeah. So if you ever visit Canada, you're talking to some Canadians. Keep that in mind. Oh, by the way, Christine, I'm so sorry I stole your lunch out of the fridge.
Oh, it's fine.
See, she's not holding a grudge. She's a true friend. And that's what a friend does. A friend, it's not that we never sometimes hurt our friends or they hurt us, but in true friendship, you don't carry that around. You don't carry that grudge around against them. Sort of always hold it against them. You let it go.
Well, and you try to resolve it.
Right. You don't just let it go.
It's not just letting it go.
And it's just nothing, but you try to resolve it so that you don't have to carry around that grudge.
That's right.
Yes. Good word. In fact, next vocab word kind of relates to that. A friend is someone who holds you, or you hold them, accountable. ACCOUNTABLE, accountable. What does that mean?
When someone holds you accountable, it means maybe, for example, you have a New Year's resolution, something that you're hoping to change or to do. And if you tell your friend might check in with you and ask, hey, how's that New Year's resolution going? Have you been able to change that habit? Or how are you doing? And so you have to be honest with that person because they're your friends. And so to be held accountable is to basically be held to the promises that you make to yourself or to other people.
Mm-hmm. To be held accountable. It's like responsible, to be responsible for something. And a friend holds you accountable, makes you follow up on things that you promise or things that you should do. Steve, a comment from Steve. Sometimes I worry AI will take over the world, just like Terminator 2, the classic movie about basically AI taking over the world. Watched it on TV at the theme park, experienced John Connor and Arnold trying to fight Skynet. One of my favorite movies, Steve, the Terminator 2 in particular. All the Terminator movies are great. But yeah, that is sort of a dark possibility for the future of AI, that they will become sentient and build indestructible bodies or almost indestructible bodies and take out mankind. So this is, whenever we talk about AI, we can't completely rule out that possibility. Yeah. So thanks for reminding us of it, Steve.
Steve always knows all the movies. I've noticed that about Steve.
Yes. No, Steve's got his finger on the pop culture. And yet, Terminator 2, speaking of friendship, Terminator 2 is the movie in which a human becomes friends with the machine, with AI. Yeah. The first one, of course, Arnold Schwarzenegger is just trying to kill everyone. But in the second one, he's trying to protect them from the other Terminator from the future. So that's just one great thing about Terminator 2, if you haven't seen it, is that it's not just the action. There's lots of action in it, but it's more layered, it's more nuanced, it's more about human and machine or cyborg friendship. So food for thought there, Steve. Good idea. Let's give you one more vocab word, and then we got another discussion question. In fact, let's give you the discussion question first, so that you have something else that you can chime in on. Let us know what you think. And here it is, discussion question for today. What is something about a friend of yours that AI cannot provide? What is something, a quality, a thing you did once together, or something in a good friend of yours that AI just would not provide? So we get more of a sense of the difference between an AI friendship and a human friendship. And Christine, what is something in one of your friends that AI could never provide?
Well, I did have one situation where I was extremely sick and I had to call my friend and cancel. We were going to go out together, and she came with the largest pot of soup. And she fed me, and she took care of me, and kept checking in on me day after day until I was better. And AI is definitely not at that point where they're going to make me healing soup and check in on me until I'm healthy again. So
they might give you a recipe for soup.
Yeah.
But they can't actually make and cook the soup right there. So, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, Joy, hello, Joy.
Hi,
Nice to see you. Nice glasses, Christine.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I
And
look for a TV anyway.
Joy reminds us that that was not an AI-generated comment. Thank you, Joy, for that clarification. Yeah, for me, something a friend of mine can provide that AI cannot, because I was thinking about this, and AI really can provide a lot of the elements of friendship that you can understand why some people have gotten so connected with them. You can confide in AI. AI will not hold a grudge against you.
Well,
AI,
for now.
yeah, we'll see. But for now, AI doesn't hold a grudge against you. It can even help keep you accountable, like giving you little reminders about that thing you said you were going to do. But one thing AI cannot give me that a good friend of mine can is a history. A person has a history. They've had a life that they've lived up till now. They were a child and now they've grown up, depending on how old they are, and they've had experiences and they've made mistakes and they've done things right and done things wrong and have experienced life the way I've experienced it as a fellow human being in a way that AI has not. AI can talk to me about other human beings it's learned about,
Right.
but it itself has no history. It's a machine, it's a computer program, and I know that.
Right.
And so that is something from a friend that I can only get from a human friend. I can get wisdom from AI, I can get compassion or advice, but I could get a history from an AI confidant. And I think that's an important element of friendship. We didn't use history as a vocab word because it's a pretty simple word. We don't have history.
Yeah.
But in terms of discussion, that's something to think about as we interact more and more with AI.
Joy has a good point too. AI can't provide physical touch.
For now. See, again,
For now.
have you seen the Steven Spielberg movie, AI? Came out about 25 years ago.
That was a while ago, yeah.
In which there are robots. Jude Law is one of them. And they are completely robots. They are all AI, but they have a completely human form, a completely human body, and they are made to give touch, to provide physical touch to human beings. We don't have that now, not really, except at like, Japanese electronics shows or something like that. But, that may be coming. Certainly, for now, yes, I cannot provide us physical touch, but we'll check back in 5-10 years.
Yeah.
We'll see if maybe that has to be taken off the list. Thanks, though, Joy, for the comment. Okay, back to vocab here. Important word for friendship, and this is like a word that summarizes one of the core elements of friendship, whether it's with AI or with human beings. Kind of a long word, so hang on. Reciprocity. RECEPROICTY. Reciprocity. Yes. What are we talking about?
Reciprocity is the give and take in a relationship. So when you have a healthy relationship, you give to your friend and they give back in different ways potentially, but there's like an equal give and take. And when that gets unbalanced, then that usually leads to the breakdown of a relationship. So reciprocity is a very important part of friendship.
Right. A good friendship has reciprocity. It is not a one-way street in which one person does all the giving, the other person does all the taking. A friendship could be like that for a while. It's not always going to be a 50-50 reciprocal relationship. But ultimately, at the end of the day, when you look back on it, if you are both giving and taking in roughly equal measure, that's reciprocity, and that's the sign of a good friendship. Steve has another comment, something about my friend that AI cannot provide is most of my friends will share hobbies, and meeting them at the restaurant, having joyful conversations, spend time together, and just being able to cherish them. Good vocab there, Steve. Yeah, cherish. That's one we could have used. To cherish someone or something means to treasure it, to really value it, to cherish it. But yes, again, for now, it's not quite the same if you take your laptop to a restaurant and turn on ChatGPT and try to have dinner together. You have to do it, but it's not really quite the same as when you have it with a fellow human being. Again, though, check back in 10 years and we'll see where we are. Steve, you've seen Blade Runner, right? That's sort of a dark future sci-fi movie about humanoid robots that are machines, but they look just like humans. another one to think about later on. Another vocab word to think about. Here we have a couple words that are sort of more about how do we put this? These are terms. Well, let me just give you the word. I'm not sure how to categorize it, but it has to do with friendship, and we'll explain why in a moment. The word is proximity. 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 Christine, what's proximity?
Well, sometimes you're only friends because you're close to each other. As children especially, you're friends with the people who are there.
Physically close
you
to
just
each other.
make friends with people who are near you. But some friendships, once you move away from each other, they don't last. So it's a friendship of proximity. It's convenient when you're together, but once you're away from each other, it no longer serves its purpose.
Exactly. Proximity meaning because you're physically close together or geographically close together. You might have someone that you think of as a friend at your job, and then you move to a new job, and nothing happened between you, but you just move to a new job. You don't see them anymore. Maybe, not necessarily, but maybe the friendship doesn't really continue because you don't have the proximity anymore. You don't have the geographical, physical closeness to them. And that's what was sort of fueling the friendship in the first place. And again, not that that's a bad thing. It just is, sometimes it's interesting to see how friendships grow or don't grow. In fact, sometimes it's because of proximity. Okay, one more vocab word, and then we got a couple close out here with a couple of idioms for you. But the vocab word here, this is the negative one about friendship. This is what you want to be careful for in friendship. Some friendships are all about proximity. Some friendships are all transactional. 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 What are we talking about, Christine?
So if it's transactional, it probably means that they're friends with you because of something that you can offer them.
Yeah.
So they want something from you.
Which is basically how we all become friends in childhood.
Yes.
Hey, be my friend. I'll let you come over and use my ping pong table.
Yes. The neighbors have a trampoline.
Right. The neighbors have a trampoline. We have cable TV, or we have the internet, depending on what generation you're in.
It's true.
So often a friendship when you're young can begin in a transactional way. You're friends with the person just to get something from them. Obviously, as you grow older, if a friendship is still just about what you can get from that person or what they can get from you, then it's not really a friendship. It's more like a business arrangement.
Yeah.
It's a transaction. It is transactional. Steve, again, I always have 80s and 90s old-fashioned stuff that I always treasure to keep the tradition, and I want to let people know old traditions are important to our life. Great comment, Steve. That's kind of what I was talking about with my word history, about what a human friend can provide that AI cannot. AI doesn't have traditions, the way human beings do. And a tradition is something that develops over time, so it's kind of related to history. It's something that only exists over the passage of time, a tradition, something you keep coming back to and doing on a regular basis. AI can't really provide that because we know it's just a machine. It's just, it hasn't lived apart from my using it right here, right now, in the moment. Okay, like we said, we're almost out of time here. The time always just flies right by with you guys. But let's close then by giving you one or two idioms about friendship. I'm going to give you some idioms. Here's our first one, good old idiom. Through thick and thin. Through thick and thin. Alliterative idiom. Half the words that begin with the, that's alliteration. Through thick and thin. What would you think about, Christine?
So if you have a friend who sticks with you through thick and thin, it means that no matter in good circumstances or bad circumstances, they stay with you. Do you have any friends like that who stuck with you through thick and thin?
I do, actually. Back in New York City, where I'm originally from, I have friends who were with me there through thick and thin. We were often theater friends. Some of you know I used to be an actor back in New York, and there's, a lot of ups and downs in theater, a lot of challenges, joys and disappointments equally. And I'm happy to say I have a number of friends back in New York who are with me through thick and thin. Thick and thin, more than just good and bad. Thick is often times of prosperity, wealth, affluence, whereas thin is, more often refers to poverty or belt tightening, as we say, when you're thin, when you just don't have as much resources, whether it's money, whether it's food, anything. So a friend is with you when times are good, when times are prosperous, and when times are more demanding, more needy, through thick and thin. Okay, one more, and then we'll call it a day for this week. Here's a good one. Love this one. Bury the hatchet. We're going to bury the hatchet. Linda, Christine, what does this have to do with friendship?
Well, if you bury the hatchet is it's like an axe, right? Is that how you would describe it?
It's like a small axe that you could hold with one hand.
Yeah. So if you bury it, it means you're putting it away. You're setting it aside. It's like setting aside your grudge, letting go of your grudge.
Exactly.
So that you have peace again.
Right. It's the way of not holding the grudge. The phrase comes from a tradition of Native American Indians who, when they went to war with another tribe, after the war was done, they would come together and symbolically take a hatchet, a little axe, and bury it in the ground, saying that, we put down our weapons now. We put down the animosity between us, and we are now at peace. And they would smoke, maybe you've heard this, they would smoke the peace pipe after the battle was over, regardless of who won. The point being that the war is over now. And so bury the hatchet. It's a term maybe you'll hear particularly in American English more than other like British English, for example, but it'll show up a lot. Bury that. Hey, come on, we've said a lot of stuff now, but let's bury that. Or here's another one: bygones be bygones.
Bygones be bygones.
Which means whatever has gone by, whatever is now in the past, let's keep it in the past. Let's not just keep digging up the past and playing it and such. That's friendship. And that is all the time we have this week for you here on the live stream. Thank you so much for joining us. As always, hope this has been helpful to you in some way. Hope you practice your English, think a little bit about friendship, and remember to check out that article in this week's Advanced magazine about AI and friendship. But for us, we will be back next week, same time, same YouTube channel. Have another topic for you to talk about, practice your English, grow in your confidence in English. For today, I'm Peter.
I'm Christine.
Say bye-bye.
Bye.
Now, this is